From a very young age, it's been instilled, don't sleep in, get up, you gotta go to work, and it's just become a way of life. We started as a trucking company, and that's where our roots kind of started, that's where we began.
Johnny was driving truck for Canyon Concrete and decided that he wanted to do this for himself. So he leased a truck, first of all, from another guy, and started hauling for people and decided that's the way to go, what he wanted to do. And then he purchased a truck, and one turned into many. Sometime in late '67, when he leased the truck, then they started hauling with his own trucks in '68. We got our first permit, which then you were required by the state of Colorado, called a gross ton mile, GTM, in 1968.
When we were still in school, my dad was trucking all over several states. He was basically a gypsy, chasing big highway jobs. I think his first big highway job was when they built I-70 out by Agate. He had convinced the contractor that he was capable of hauling like 300,000 ton of aggregate to the job, and at the time he owned 2 trucks.
Next section of that was between Seabird and Stratton, or somewhere along in there, and they were running 24 hours a day at that point. So the kids and I moved to the large town of Bona. There might have been 30 people living there, I'm not real sure. But they had a school. We moved up there in October and stayed through August till that job was done.
So that was kind of the first wake-up call, and from that point on, it was always 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, whatever it took. We started paving. The first job we ever paved was in Alamosa on the gun barrel, and they pulled me and my brother both out of school, but we were hauling asphalt to the paver, and then kind of about the same time, we bought Fremont Paving and Ready Mix, which at the time was just Fremont Paving. From that point, we branched off to Salida, and then later in the '80s, we was paving a highway job down at Lamar. So in '88, we went to Lamar, started All Right Paving and Ready Mix, and then a few years later went to La Habana, and a few years later went to Trinidad. A few years after Trinidad, we were in Pueblo, Colorado, running aggregate pits, and an outfit called Lafarge had trouble with their ready mix operation and was wanting out of the ready mix business, and so we bought that, and we've been in Pueblo, the ready mix business, ever since. It's kind of the local side. The highway side, we was all over the state of New Mexico, and you know, at the time, Colorado and Wyoming, and then mostly been in the mountains, and either doing federal highway work or state work or county work if we can find it, but all over the state of Colorado.
We have the kind of the framework built right now to go knock on a farmer's door, permit a gravel pit, excavate the material, crush the material, crush or wash it. So I would say process it, haul it, lay it, and then sell it. I mean, it's from farm to table, from A to Z. We have the ability, and you know, the framework that every corporation has built can do it all. That is an advantage for us because we can pivot quickly when a decision needs to be made that's going to affect how we can build a job.
At the end of the day, our people and our ability to move quicker is really probably the only advantage we have. We can operate more efficiently, and we can change directions of how we want to do something way quicker than corporate America can. And when a customer has a choice to deal with a privately held company that knows who you are, where your kids go to school, they're going to choose to go with the local guy over corporate America that when they answer their phone, some computer in some other state's answering it. And when you call us, you're gonna talk to probably the same person that you talked to for the last 10 years.
So you have trucking, Aerie Brothers Trucking. You have aggregate processing, so which is crushing and washing. A&S Construction. And then you have the actual road building, general contracting, which is also A&S Construction. I should say the other bucket would be the material sales, and that's the local operations up and down the Arkansas Valley. You know, from Salida, Canyon City, Pueblo, La Habana, Lamar, and Trinidad. We have local operations in all of those areas. Either it's all Fremont Paving and Ready Mix, Hard Rock Paving Ready Mix, and then All Right Paving Ready Mix.
You know, in our line of work, when you sign the contract, you sign your name to that contract, and everything you have is at stake.
To see it survive this many years, and you see so many businesses go out of business, but it's been over 50 years.
A lot of the stuff that we do, it just requires a level of a certain tenacity that our employees have and that we, you know, kind of pride ourselves on. You want to build this thing like it's your grandma's driveway. Like, you don't want to cut corners. You want to make sure you're going out there and building the absolute best product possible. And that's just kind of the way that you know, we've always done business, and we try to continue to do business. And from a culture standpoint, that's across the board, from the top down, bottom up, of take care of business, and take care of your crew, take care of everything, and treat it as it's yours, as it's your own family. For me, it's something that, you know, is part of my family, part of my heritage, where I come from. You know, just protecting that and making sure that we're doing everything that in my power and our power to make sure it's going in the right direction.